Well, let's talk state matters now, where California is once again taking a stand against the Trump administration over federal immigration enforcement.
State Senator Scott Wiener is pushing a bill that would allow Californians to sue federal officials. ABC 10 State Matters political reporter Jenny Huh is live in the studio to break down the legal implications. Jenny.
Well, legislators say when it comes to accountability for law enforcement, there's a years-long loophole. They say in light of ramped-up immigration enforcement, now is the time to amend that law.
We're here today because ICE and the Trump administration is trampling over the Constitution and needs to be held accountable.
That's why Senate Bill 747 is called the No Kings Act, says lead author Senator Scott Wiener.
If California can't stand up to Trump, then who can? And so California has a solemn responsibility to lead.
He says the legislation is to hold federal officials and agents more accountable in light of recent headlines regarding operations by U.S. Immigration and Customs Enforcement and U.S. Customs and Border Patrol.
We are not breaking radical new legal ground here. We are closing a loophole.
A legal loophole in Section 1983, supporters say, which is a federal civil rights law that lets citizens sue local or state officers for constitutional violations, but not federal officers.
If this were state or local officials, we would be in court right now. But because federal officials are excluded from Section 1983, something that this bill tries to remedy, we basically have many fewer options.
Anya Bidwell is with the Institute for Justice, the group representing George Redis, a U.S. citizen and veteran who was detained for 72 hours by ICE last July on his way to work.
They still trapped me in my car with tear gas. They still broke my window. They still pepper sprayed me. They still dragged me out of the car even though I wasn't resisting or anything.
Bidwell says Redis has not yet filed a complaint, as it would likely be dismissed under discretionary immunity under current law.
So I was free to go, and I just got to live with the experience that they put me through.
The reason ICE behaves in the way they do is because they know that it is extremely difficult to sue them.
Supporters say the easiest remedy would be for Congress to amend existing law, but until then, it's up to states. You're saying states have no right to regulate federal authorities.
Correct. We cannot have 50 different states deciding how they think we should be operating. The states do not have the authority to regulate federal agents, period. End of story.
I believe that this is going to feed a fire of anti-law enforcement that is unjustified.
And again, this would be for cases in California, and if passed, it would be retroactive to March 1st, 2025. I want to note the Senate Judiciary Committee just voted to advance this bill. It'll go to the Appropriations Committee next, and then if it passes there, on to the Senate floor. Chris, Laura.
Okay, Jenny, thank you.